Welcome to this lesson on similar triangle application problems. So when you're given an application problem or a word problem, there are some steps you want to follow to make sure that you get the correct answer. The first step is to draw a picture, if there isn't one already there for you. Next, you want to label the sides based on the information that was given to you in the problem. Number 3, you want to set up a proportion. And then number 4, you want to cross multiply and solve. Okay, so let's look at example number 1. A 70-foot tall building casts a shadow that is 85 feet long. At the same time of day, a 5-foot tall woman stands near the building. How long is her shadow? So you want to think about what a building looks like. A building, of course, stands up in the air. And the shadow for that building would be on the ground. And if we connect those, that would make a triangle. So here's the building, 70. Here's the shadow, 85. So you don't actually have to draw a building and a shadow unless you just want to. All right, and then we have a 5-foot tall woman and her shadow. But we don't know how long her shadow is, so we're going to put an X. All right, so I've drawn a picture. I've labeled the sides. Now I want to make a proportion with those sides. So it doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start with 70 and match that with 5. And then 85 would match with X. Okay, then I'm going to cross multiply that. 85 times 5 is 425. Divide both sides by 70. And you get 6.1, and make sure you put the units feet. So the woman's shadow is 6.1 feet long. All right, next example. A 10-foot tall tree casts a shadow that is 22 feet long. J is standing 7 feet from the tree. How tall is J? Okay, so you have a diagram drawn out for you, so we're done with the first problem, or the first step. We just need to label the sides. So this would be the tree, because the tree is definitely going to be taller than J if it's 10 feet tall. And this whole bottom would be the tree's shadow, so 22 feet. All right, so this would be J here. He's standing 7 feet from the tree, so this piece would be 7. That's how far he is from the tree. And we want to know how tall J is, so this is X. We don't know. All right, so I want to quickly sketch these triangles separately, so I'm going to draw the little one over here, so this would be X. Now, I don't know the bottom here, but I don't want to have two different variables. I can't have X and X, so I need to find that bottom length. So what I can do is take 22 and subtract 7, and that gives me 15. So this is X, this is 15. And then I'm going to draw the whole triangle. This is 10, and the whole bottom is 22. And that makes it a little easier for you to set up the proportion now that they're separate. So I could match X with 10 and 15 with 22. All right, so if I cross multiply that, 150 equals 22X. Divide both sides by 22, and we get 6.8 feet. All right, in the next example, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Triangle ABC has sides that are 2, 5, and 7. Triangle DEF has sides that are 5, 12.5, and X. Find the longest side of triangle DEF and then find the perimeter. Okay, so we have a lot going on in this problem. Let's draw a picture first. So I'm going to draw ABC with sides of 2, 5, and 7. So I need a short side, kind of a middle side, and then a longer side. And then I'm going to draw DEF, and let's see, it looks like the sides are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to draw these bigger. So 5, 12.5, and since we're finding the longest side, that means X would be here. So let's find x first before we worry about perimeter. So I have all three sides here, so I don't need to use all of those for my proportion. I just need two corresponding pairs of sides. I know I have to use x, so I'm going to start with x. So x is going to match with 7 on the smaller triangle. And then I'm going to use 5 and 2. Notice, since I started with x in the numerator for my first ratio, I started with 5 for my second one. You want to start with the same triangle both times. All right, so 2x equals 35. So divide by 2, x is 17.5. All right, and then find the perimeter of triangle DEF. Well, perimeter is the distance around a figure, which means we just need to add these three sides up. So I'm just going to add them in my calculator. 5 plus 12.5 plus 17.5. And that gives me 35. Now, this problem did not give us any specific units, so I'm just going to write units at the end of both. All right. Number 4, assuming the two triangles below are similar, how much closer is one to the flag? Okay, so we first of all need to find out how close one is to the flag. So here's 1, here's the flag, so this is the distance from 1 to the flag. So let's solve for x first. So we know we have to use x. It's going to match with 14.4. And then I just need to pick another two sides that correspond. So I'm going to use 6 and 8. All right, I'm going to cross multiply those. And then that gives me 10.8. Now, that's not my actual answer because the question says how much closer is 1 to the flag. So Alex is 14.4 feet. 1 is 10.8 feet. We need to subtract that to see how much closer. And that gives us 3.6 feet. So that's our answer. Make sure you read the question and actually answer what they're asking for. All right. Number 5, a light pole casts a shadow that is 15 feet long. Sarah is 5 feet tall and standing 4 feet from the light post. How tall is the light post? So this one is very similar to number 2. So pause the video now and see if you can label the sides by yourself. Okay, so this is the light post and its shadow is 15 feet long. Sarah is 5 feet tall, so that would be here. This is Sarah. And she's standing 4 feet from the light post. So we want to know how tall is the light post. That will go here. And I'm going to go ahead and find this piece because I know I'm going to need it. So I'm going to take 15 and subtract 4, and that gives me 11. All right, so I'm going to quickly sketch out the two triangles separately. So this is the little one. This is the bigger one. All right, so now I can easily make a proportion. 5 over x, 11 over 15. All right, so I have 11x equals 75. That gives me 6.8 feet. Okay, number 6, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Triangle ABC is a right triangle with sides that are 5, 12, and 13. Let's go ahead and draw that. So 5, 12, I know the longest side has to be my hypotenuse. Triangle DEF is also a right triangle with sides that are 3.75x and 9.75. So this one's going to be a little bit smaller. Find the middle side of triangle DEF, then find the area of triangle DEF. So let's find the side first. So I know I must use x, and x matches with 12. And then I just need to pick two other sides. So I'm going to use 3.75 and 5. So I'm going to cross multiply that. So 5x equals 45, x equals 9. Now, to find area, the formula for area is 1/2 base times height. So this is my base, this is my height in a right triangle. Base is the bottom, height is always straight up in the air. So 1/2, 9 times 3.75. So the area is about 16.9 units squared because it's area. All right, last two examples. Number 7, you want to make a scale drawing of a large triangular sculpture with side lengths of 3, 5, and 7.2. Okay, so let's draw that. If you draw the shortest side of the triangle at 0.1, how long should the other two sides be? Okay, so let's draw a little baby one that mirrors the bigger one. So the shorter side is 0.1. We need to find the other two, so I'm going to have an x and a y. So let's solve for x first. So x would match with 5, and then I have to use the other two that I know. I can't have two variables in the same proportion for these. So 0.1 would match with 3. All right, and if I cross multiply that, I'm going to get 0.17. All right, now let's do y. So y would match with 7.2. Again, I'm going to use 0.1 and 3. Cross multiply, and you get 0.24. All right, last example. A bridge trestle is triangular shaped with a support beam in the middle. If the support beam is 38.5 feet long, so that would go here. How long is the bottom? All right, so let's draw these separately. So I have the little triangle on top here. I need to find this piece here, so I can take 15 minus 13, and that gives me 37. So 37 and 38.5. And then for the big triangle, 50 and x. And here's the big triangle that I'm talking about, this whole thing. All right, so I can set up a proportion. Let me zoom in here. X over 38.5 and 50 over 37. Cross multiply that, and I get about 52.0 feet. Okay, you can go ahead and stop the video now and complete similar triangle application practice problems and check it with your teacher.